I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher 33, and I did a video on investing versus spending. And I'd like to elaborate a little bit more on these concepts. Now, first of all, I want to say you are more than your thoughts, you are more than your behaviors, you are more than your physical body. But we're just going to look at some characteristics of the physical world, of identities that we perceive, just because that's a big part of how we make sense in this human experience. So let's first take a look at someone who has very high spending habits. We're going to look at this avatar. So, in a word, what comes to mind when you think of someone who has high spending habits? How this person would define their existence. So, first thing that comes to my mind is consumer. Someone who identifies with their whims, their tastes, their status. This is the characteristics of someone who has high spending habits, the avid consumer, someone who roots their identity in the external world, in the information they consume, in the entertainment they consume, and the products and services they consume, and associate their status with the quality of such. Where, on the other hand, someone who has the behaviors of an investor, someone who invests their energy, their time, their money, and they invest in something of value that has compounding interest. I look at the investor as someone who pursues mastery of something. There's something in this person's life that the investor has a love, has a passion for, that they're willing to learn and explore this concept of mastery of whatever it is on an intellectual level, on a physical level, and just dive in to the understanding so they become this thing, they become one with it. I can think about when I was learning to play guitar. You always have both sides, the consumer versus the master. And when you're young, you're picking up an electric guitar, you want to sound like your heroes. And there are all kinds of advertisements to get you to buy all kinds of the type of guitar, the type of amplifier. Then you have all these effects, all these other options, all these ways of crafting a sound. And just because you buy all the stuff, there doesn't mean you're going to actually sound like your heroes, like the guitar players you are seeking to emulate in the beginning. But the way things are presented through advertisement is if you just buy all the expensive stuff, you're just going to sound like your heroes without putting any effort. Whereas the pursuit of mastery, you're learning to play, you're putting time into your technique and learning to build a technique. You are putting time into understanding how to set your amplifier, how to set and tweak the amplifier, how to tweak the little bit of equipment that you have to get a certain sound. You might get curious of maybe adding an effect here and there, and you may start to add one thing and you tweak it, and then you start to you build these qualities by the relationship with your instrument and how you produce a sound that only comes through this process of putting time, of listening, feeling, engaging on such a deep level, studying the greats, studying great players who came before you. And this is just the example of guitar players. And then the ultimate mastery is when what wants to come through you in a unique way can, because you put all this time and energy into investing into your craft and pursuing and chasing mastery in your craft. So with that being said, when you're looking at embodying your human potential, we are looking at the process of pursuing mastery. And mastery comes because we have a true love, a deep passion for something within our soul. And we follow that passion, when we chase that passion with all of our heart, all of our soul, all of our being, and we put our time, our energy, our money, our attention into that. This is the process of mastery. So that being said, the world needs more genuine, authentic masters. And I wish that maybe some of those masters in the development stages, or maybe people who are already at that level, or maybe watching this video right now. Be well, be strong, all the best, and I'll see you on the other side.